Alrighty, folks, we are 3 months away from Christmas, and something I'm going to be doing here with all of my millionaires is asking them for their book recommendations. What are some books that they have read that would be great stocking stuffers or gifts for folks? We're going to start this off with Taylor from Life Goal Investments, a 12-year Wall Street veteran who's worked with the top 1% of the 1%. All right, buddy, what's that book list?
The number one book on my list, and it's been this for years, and this was before it became number one on everyone's list, but there's a good reason for it. Morgan Housel's Psychology of Money is literally the most readable, relatable financial tale, if you will, for anybody. And the reality is Morgan is just an amazing, amazing storyteller. By the way, I don't know Morgan. This sounds like a ringing endorsement advertisement for him. I don't know him. There's a podcast that he does that if you want to listen to before you read the book, his podcast is the Morgan Housel podcast. It is 12 minutes. It doesn't come out that frequently. I will knock him for that. He's not that consistent. But what he's really good at is taking just old stories and tying them into like crucial investing and financial discipline lessons. He's amazing at it. There's no one I've ever read better at it.
Love it. All right. Number one, we'll make sure that gets, and folks, what I'll do is I'll put links below. So if you want to go click on them and get some Christmas shopping done. Number one is Psychology of Money. You got two more?
Yeah. So the next one is just Principles by Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio, in our opinion, my opinion, is the greatest investor of all time. He's not Warren Buffett, where he's just out slinging individual stocks and hyper focused on the stock market. He's more focused on broad assets. So he can invest in bonds and stocks and commodities and derivatives, all of those things. But what he boils things down to is the understanding that the market comes in cycles, the economy comes in cycles. They don't always align perfectly. And there are different instruments beneath the surface that you can look at to say, okay, what do I need to be overweight in? What do I need to be underweight in right now? But what he does really well is he explains that, and I liken this to kind of, I'm a football guy, building a football team. Like when you're building a football team, you can't have 11 Tom Brady's on the field at once.
Right.
Because 11 Tom Brady's, he might be the greatest player of all time, and it pains me to say as a Giants fan, but they'll get the floor mopped to them. They'll all be hurt, right? And so you need big boys up front. Maybe those are considered bonds. You need wide receivers on the outside that are shifty. Maybe those are alternatives. You have to think about things from a broad portfolio standpoint. Not every position on the field can be played by a player that does the same thing. They need to protect each other and work together in concert. And that is one of the best books to help bring that kind of underlying realization to the market.
Yeah, I love that book as well. Also, Ray Dalio has some animated YouTube videos talking about basics from the book Principles. Make sure you go check those out. But we'll put the link for Principles below. You got a third one?
Yeah, the third one, and I'm not a proponent of individual stock buying. I'm more of a proponent on index from a broad standpoint. But this one just has characteristics that, one, I think that align a lot with what you've done and in your career, and I hope that I've aligned with what I've done. And I'm not saying I'm great, but it's good to great. And it just talks about a lot of the underlying core tenets that you need as someone in any business, not just the financial or investing business, to kind of excel. And I think that there's this guy, and I can't remember his name. I should be able to. I think his name is Andrew. He's bald. He is a jerk. He is on social media talking about he's a sales guy. And so he just belittles people, shakes them down, this and that. And I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. And I would tell you his name if I knew what it was. I don't know what it is. I believe it's Andrew something. Anyway, he had a great line. And anytime you can take a great line from someone you hate, you know it actually must be good.
Yeah.
He said that people that are great at things are people that can do mundane tasks over and over for a longer period of time than most people can sustain. And that's not the exact quote, but I was just like, wow, that's really well put. You know, Warren Buffett's a great investor because he can sit down and read for 6 to 8 hours every single day on boring stuff that no one wants anything to do with. And he's hyper specialized. You have a buy box. That buy box has been, the criteria has changed over the years, but like, how many hours of every day do you stare at things that are very, very focused? And I think that Good to Great speaks a lot to that.
Love that. Love that. And then I'll ask one board game. Are you what's the favorite board game? You like Monopoly, Trivial Pursuit? What's the board game for Taylor?
Oh boy, board game. It's been a while. My daughter's third birthday's today, and this morning we got her Hungry Hungry Hippo, which is certainly not a board game. But I was like, oh man, this is an oldie but a goodie. She's just smashing the thing and it's grabbing. I grew up playing cards. I didn't grow up playing board games. We did play Monopoly occasionally. We played Sorry.
Okay.
I Our thing where I grew up was a card game called Pitch, which
Okay.
some people might know it as similar to euchre in the Midwest. Euchre is a name there.
Okay.
It's kind of like spades where you have a trump suit and bid on it. Look up Pitch. That can entertain you for
I will
years.
look that up. I do not know that one. Very, very cool. Well, this has been a lot of fun, man. Thank you very much. Where can people find you?
Find us at Life Goal Investments. We're on both Instagram and on TikTok every day, putting out 60-second videos.
Awesome. Thank you so much.